Hello guys.
Say hello to Ritvik, everyone.
Hi.
How was your day, guys?
It was okay.
Ready to have fun in math class?
Yes, are you guys ready to have fun in the math class or not? See, don't say forcefully, say genuinely whatever you have in your mind, you can just express that thing. All right.
Yes, I watched the recording, sir, and I also learned that Johan studies in the same college as Beef.
Oh, is it so?
Yeah,
Then
same college, same branch.
both of you are from same college then?
Yeah, Johan,
Wow.
share the bound, right? Hello? Johan, are you there?
I think Johan can't hear us. Johan, are you
Yes,
here?
sir. I saw the recordings and I learned that, yeah, Johan studies in same college as me, sir. Same college, same branch also.
Acha, which branch is that?
Yeah, Sharada Bhavan, like you said. Basically means we both can meet each other in real life.
Oh, okay. Nice. Fine. Actually, Johan, no, my voice is breaking.
No, sir, it's audible.
Okay, Johan is saying some voice is breaking. Whose voice is breaking? Mine or yours? Johan? Acha, you have an issue. Fine. So, Johan, you were asking for 3D geometry, right? So, 3D geometry, basically, I don't think so. We'll be covering within a class actually. So, for me, let me take a separate class to start that. And yes, as you asked regarding that 3D geometry, so for class 11 we'll start with the 3D geometry. What are the things we are going to learn from 3D geometry? So far what you have learned from 2D geometry, so we'll be extending the 2D geometry over here, right? So whatever the things you have learned from 2D geometry, like in 2D geometry we used to just see only two axes like x and y axis, but in 3D geometry we are going to have like three axes, x, y, and z, right? So just a minute, be in line, let me show you how the thing. 1 second. 3D 3D.
So we're gonna start 3D.
Yeah, Johan, until and unless you speak, I don't think uh, I might, what do you call that?
Can you hear me clearly, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, Johan, it's audible.
Yeah.
Johan, Sharada Bhavan, right?
Yes.
Like the one in the side of GSM Mall. Is that the one? Hello?
Opposite to it.
GSM Mall పక్కన ఉంది అదే కదా? GSM Mall దగ్గర ఉన్నది అదే కదా?
No, not that.
Okay. ఇప్పుడే వసుదేవన్ మార్చేశారు కదా? Okay, never mind. Let's start.
Yes. Fine, we'll go with that. Yeah. See,
So we're gonna start 3D geometry.
yeah.
Okay, sir.
Introduction to 3D.
Hello guys. Yeah, let's have fun. Yes, sir. Start the class.
3D geometry. 1 second. I think I'm not sharing the screen. I'm writing something here. Yeah. Introduction to 3D.
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah. So look at this. Can you see the faces here? Like, in 2D, look, let me just give you an idea. In 2D geometry, what are the things we used to see actually? Only x and y axis. All right. In this, we used to plot the, this coordinate. All right. This is what called as Cartesian place, I would say. So where I would have like x and y axis. In x and y axis, I'll be plotting coordinates, x and y coordinates. Let me say that x and y. I'll say like this a point. All right. So here x is x, abscissa, y is a ordinate. That's how we used to like, call that, and that's how we used to plot that point. So everyone knows that, right? So here, look at this here. Here we are going to learn the different things. Let me show you one by one. Just a minute. I think Abhinaya was late. Abhinaya, why are you late, Abhinaya? Abhinaya, are you here? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So if you imagine this, and Johan was asking the direction ratios and direction cosines as well. Johan, direction ratios and direction quotients for CBSE students, it is in class 12. So no problem. Definitely, I'll just discuss the direction quotients and direction ratios as well. But coming to CBSE, like coming to CBSE class 11, you will be having only, look at this, in 3D geometry, you'll be having only like distance formula and sectional formula, and that is what you'll be having, distance formula, sectional formula, and after that yeah, like in sectional formula, especially internal divide and external divide, which you have learned from the straight lines. So coming to these guys, like 11th state board children, they will be having like direction quotient, DCs and DRs. And
Yeah, sir.
yes,
I studied it.
yeah. So here, first let us have a look at this plane. Actually, look at this here. So have everyone look at this here. This is my first quadrant. Look at this is my first quadrant, and the behind this is my second quadrant, and this is my third quadrant. This is my fourth quadrant. I cannot say this as a quadrant. I cannot say. Look at this here. I cannot say quadrant here. Listen to me carefully. We are going everything from the scratch. So here I used to have like this is x-axis, this is negative x-axis, this is negative y-axis. One, first, second, third, and fourth. So this is the four, like 4 rooms here. All right, I have 4 rooms. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 rooms here, so I can call that as a 4, which means quad. Quad means what? 4. Here I'll be having 8 rooms. If you imagine 8 rooms, look at it. One, first room, second room, third room. Sorry, I just wrote ulta. Look, this is a first room. Behind this one, second room. This is a third room. This is a fourth room. All right, and the below, below first room, you'll be having 5th one. See here, 6th one. All right, and under the third one, look at it, somewhere here. Look at this 7th one. All right, under the third one. All right, under this, under the 4th one, you'll be having 8th one. All right, so guys, if you imagine your 3D geometry axis is all about imagination. The more you imagine, the more you understand. All right, here basically what happens here, look at this here. Try to understand carefully here. This is my positive x-axis. This is my negative x-axis. All right, this is my positive y-axis, and this is my negative y-axis. All right, this is my positive z-axis, and this is my negative z-axis. Hope it is clear with everyone. Till this, have you guys understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Try to understand this carefully. Okay, Johan, when is your exam actually?
On Monday, sir.
Okay, on Monday, but within 2 classes, I don't think so we can cover. Actually, what is your doubt actually?
Sir just he gave the formulas and we started solving the questions.
So you
make
didn't, acha, okay. But you know the formulas, right? You don't know what is DRs, what is DCs. That is what you want me to explain.
yeah, but in 3D geometry, I mean, sir just gave the formulas and we were solving it, but it didn't make much sense. I mean, to
Okay.
apply those formulas.
Acha, so you want me to explain what is DC, DRs related formulas, isn't it?
Both are different chapters, sir.
Acha, both are different chapter only, but for CBSE actually, whenever you talk about 3D, actually you'll be learning about you'll be starting with you should know DCs, DRs, everything actually. Then we'll go for vectors and all.
So let's go with 3D geometry only, sir, for now.
Yeah, no problem. See here, whatever you learn here, 3D geometry is very, 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 very important for JEE. Believe me, very, very, very important. So whatever we are going to learn, like, as per the JEE point of view. So like irrespective of your board, even you are from CBSE board, state board syllabus. So don't bother about that. We are teaching here JEE syllabus. So don't bother about that. Sir is not going with our state board syllabus. Boys and girls need not to worry much. JEE syllabus is same for all boards. All right, same for all boards. Don't think that. Don't think that. We are going with some of the different syllabus than our state board syllabus. Believe me, guys. Even I have studied in state board syllabus. Telangana state board only have studied. All right, all right. Even have studied Telangana state board only. As a NIT, as a NIT aspirant, I'm telling you. As a JEE aspirant, I'm telling you. Yes, JEE syllabus is same for every one of you. Same for every one of you. Even I am a state board student, Telangana state board, public services, Telangana state board, intermediate state board. All right, getting my point. Understood, Johan. So don't bother about that. Don't bother about that. Need not to worry much. JEE syllabus is same for all the state boards. Even you are from state boards, you are from Telangana, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Odisha, West Bengal, Jammu and Kashmir, whatever the board you take. For everyone, the same JEE syllabus is going to be there. But concept is going to be like, if you are studying something in 11 in CBSE, that might be, you will be studying in 12th standard. But at last, for writing JEE, you'll be ready with all those concepts. That is for sure. For sure. That is for sure. See, whatever you will learn from, 3D geometry here, the same thing again you will learn in the class 12, but somewhat in a deeper way. So now what I'm trying to say here is, like, let us understand for your class 11 basis. Your class 11 basis, what we should learn from, class 11. All right. Once we're done with that basic stuff, then we'll jump into DCs and DRs. I hope, it is clear with you, Johan.
Yes, sir.
Within 2 classes, we can't cover these entire DCs and DRs, but that is a very big, we have to solve more questions, then only we'll get a grip on that. Yes, after definitely I'll go with what is DRs. I'll tell you the concept. As a basic, what is the concept behind that, how we got that actually. Everything I'll let you know. That is not a problem at all, but make sure that you are in the track of 3D geometry only. Don't think that I'm telling every one of you, even you are from CBSE, even you are from state board, even you are from Maharashtra, even you are from Karnataka, even you are from Tamil Nadu, whatever the state board you are from, irrespective of your state board, JEE syllabus is going to be same. Keep that in mind. Even I'm a state board student. Even I just got into NIT after reading JEE means. So it is possible. Hope it is clear with everyone. Getting my point here? Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Let's go one by one. There's like no need.
Yes, sir.
Complete
I was muted.
in
Sorry.
2 days.
Yes. Why? Because there is no point of straight away. If you just straight away, if you jump over there, what happens is you won't understand all this basic. Without understanding this, you can't go there. No point of. All right. Yes. So let me go one by one so that I'll definitely make sure that I'm just clarifying everything to you. No problem. Look at this here. Here, this is what, right? So look at this here. Here, this is the first quadrant. Look at this room here. If you imagine this one, guys, look at this here. Everyone, let me use some black color. Yeah, it is. Look at this here. This one. If you use this, look at this, consider this as a room. This is the first room. Look at this space. Whatever the space you have here, consider that as a first room. Guys, are you able to imagine here? If you take, if you take this, look at this here. This is my first quadrant. Whatever the space I have here, this region. Are you able to imagine? It is, isn't it looking like a room, something like that?
Yes, sir.
It is looking like first room, right? So this is the first quadrant. Behind that, behind the first room, you have second room. That is also the same shape. That is also looking like it's the same shape, right? So
yes, sir.
Behind that also, look at it, behind this in third room. That is also will be having some 4 walls kind of room, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is the fourth room. All right. Now under the first room,
there look like 8 rooms, so 4 rooms normal, the other 4 rooms inverted.
Yes, exactly. So in the first floor, I have 4 rooms. In the ground floor, I have another 4 rooms. So now, for 4 rooms, if I have 4 rooms, I can call that as a quadrant. If I have 8 rooms, I could call that as octant. Can I call that as octant?
Yes, sir. Yes, we can.
All right. So now what you must read here, this is first octant, second octant, third octant, fourth octant, fifth octant, sixth octant. Under the second one, sixth will be there. Under the third one, seventh one will be there. Under the fourth octant, eighth octant will be there. You must read that as a octant, not quadrant. Quadrant we used to read, we used to we used to call like that in 2D geometry.
In 2D, yes sir.
All right, yes. So here, now tell me guys, here you just tell me, let me just give you a simple question here. Yes, everyone just just let me show this diagram. Yes. Yeah, look at this here. So let me write something here so that you can answer me accordingly. Octants and coordinates. All right. So now tell me here, what are the coordinates of first octant? What are the coordinates of second octant in X, Y, and Z axis? All right. Second octant, third octant, fourth octant, fifth octant, sixth octant, seventh octant, eighth octant. All right. Now look at this here. Imagine you will be telling the answer very simply. Look at this here. X is the first, second, third, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 octants I have here. So first octant would be here. This room is my first octant, isn't it? This region. So in the first octant, what is the first quadrant in X? In the first quadrant, what is my X axis? Is it positive or negative? Tell me. Tell me, guys. In the first octant, x-axis is positive or not? This is a positive x-axis only, no?
Yeah.
Positive. What is the y-axis in the first quadrant? Positive. What is the z-axis? This is also positive. Look at this here. Hope it is clear with everyone. This is
okay, I got it, sir. The ones which are inverted are negative, right, sir?
Yes.
Okay, that's it. I get it.
Yeah, whatever behind you have, that is negative. All right. So now in the first quadrant, what is the z-axis? Positive only. Look at this. Positive z.
Yes, sir.
Lying in the first. Look at this here. This all, whatever the dark shape you have, that 3 axes lying in the first room. With the help of those, thick lines, I'm just framing the first room, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now second room. Look at the second room now. Look at the second room. This is my first room. Second room is here, right? In second room, what is x-axis? Positive.
Yeah.
What is the y-axis?
Positive.
Positive. What is z-axis?
Negative.
Negative. Very simple. Getting my point, beta?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, sir. The answer is all in the graph itself, yeah. 3D graph itself.
All right. So, now look at this now. Just a minute, children. Oh, my pen is got down. Ayorama. Just a minute. Children, are you able to understand here? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yes. Hope it is clear with everyone. So now,
yes,
can you see whatever I'm writing here? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this here. Now in third quadrant, look at this. If you take, I took this as a z-axis. You can take, x-axis as well. So need not to give the fixed names here. Here it should be z-axis only. Here it should be x-axis only. Here it should be y-axis only. There is no such rule like that. You can give this as x-axis, this as y-axis, this as z-axis. You can give like that also. All right. And you write accordingly. You write symbols accordingly. All right. Now look at it here. In a third quadrant. Look at it here in third octant. Sorry. In third octant, this is my third octant, right? In third octant, tell me.
Yeah.
Minus, plus, minus.
Minus.
Plus, minus.
Z. So this will be minus. All right. Fourth octant. Tell me this is a fourth octant.
Okay, that one, right?
X-axis
is minus.
Minus.
Y will be plus.
Plus.
Z will be plus.
Plus.
Yeah.
Very good. So fifth octant. Fifth will be under the first one.
Yes, sir. That's it. The x-axis plus itself. Yeah.
Plus.
Y-axis will be negative.
Negative.
And Z1. Yeah, this one's a little confusing.
Z1. Look at this room.
That one. Yeah. Okay. That one. So yes, sir.
Bottom one. Imagine. It is
Plus.
all about imagination.
Yes, sir. It's all about correct imagination. Imagination.
Yeah. So it is a what? Plus.
Yeah. It's simple, sir. You should not get confused. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Here you'll be having somewhere 7. Here you'll be having 8. All right. Yes. Now you can write like this. 6. What is the sixth one? Tell me. Plus.
That's it, right? Sixth one. X is plus.
Minus. Seventh one. Minus.
Plus 7.
Seventh one is what? Downside of the third one.
Okay, downside third one.
Third one.
Y is minus, sir. Y is minus.
X is minus.
Yeah, X is minus. Y is minus.
Imagine that Y is minus. Good.
Yeah.
Z
is also minus, sir.
Z is also minus. Imagine that. The eighth one. Look at the eighth octant. Minus.
Okay. X minus plus.
Very simple. Girls, any doubts here?
No, sir.
Very simple, right? So this is how you can just identify that basically. All right. Now let me give a simple question here. If I ask you a simple question, look at this. If I ask you a simple question, by looking at this, you can give a simple question. Actually, look at this. Find. Let us go with the basic question. Find the octant in which the points 4, 2, minus 5 and minus 4, 2, minus 5 lies. Look at this here. Tell me. Plus, minus, plus, minus. Look at this here. Plus, minus.
Okay.
Plus, minus. Second quadrant.
Yeah, second quadrant.
Minus.
And minus plus minus will. Yeah, third quadrant, sir. Third.
Quadrant. Very simple.
That's it.
Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So that's how we can just write like this is the basic question, isn't it? Yes
Yeah.
or no?
Yes,
now
sir.
let me give you a beautiful question. We are going to start imagination of the particular chapter now. Look at it. Listen to me carefully and understand the question. A point is everyone on the x-axis. What are its y coordinate?
Okay, this is simple.
Y coordinate and z coordinate. Look at this. Look at the diagram first. See, a point is on x-axis. Look at this here. What is x-axis? Look at this. This is my x-axis. Point is on the x-axis. Okay? Point is on the x-axis. Then what are the y coordinates?
Plus y and minus y.
No. The value of the y coordinates is what? Not plus y minus y. Don't say.
Okay, value of y coordinate.
I'm not asking what kind of. I'm not asking symbols of that.
Okay, sir.
Imagine y coordinate. Look at this here. This is a symbol of x coordinate. This is a symbol of y coordinate. This is a symbol of z coordinate. He's asking for coordinates here, not symbol. You understand? This is my x coordinate here. This is my y coordinate. This is z coordinate. This is my x coordinate is positive. Y coordinate is positive. Z coordinate is negative. Here he is asking for y coordinate, not symbols of those coordinates. Try to understand.
What is the vector?
Very simple. You should tell the answer. Everyone. On x-axis, whatever the point you have, look at this here. What is my coordinates now? Tell me. But look at this here. X 0, 0. Y coordinate would be 0. Z coordinate would be 0 on x-axis. X-axis.
Oh yeah.
Yes or no? On x-axis,
Okay.
only the y-axis. What is the y coordinate here?
Okay, I got it. It's on x-axis. Okay, it lies on x-axis.
It is. Look at this here. A point is on the x-axis. A point is on the x-axis. Look at this. Whatever the point you take on the x-axis.
Yes, sir. Whatever point will become 0, 0 itself. Yeah.
Look at 0. Now, what would be y coordinate here? Y coordinate would be what? Y coordinate is passing through the x-axis. Look at this here. It is always 0. Look at this.
Yes, sir. It's always 0. I got it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Hope it is clear.
It's just like the previous process. Okay.
Johan, understood, Johan?
Yes,
got
sir.
Next. So this
I'm
type
taking
of
different.
question,
That's why I never thought the 0, 0.
look at this here. This type of question you will get in between, solving the questions. A point is in the xz plane. Then what can you say about y coordinate?
X, 0, Z. I'm sorry, X, 0, Z. Yeah, that's it.
Think what is the question? I try to understand the question. A point is in the xz plane. XZ plane. Look at this here. XZ plane. Where is XZ plane? Look at. Let me just draw that. X is here. Z is here. So the point is in this plane. A point is in this plane. XZ plane. Look at it. This is in this plane. That particular point is there.
X, 0, Z.
What would be the y coordinate? Look at this here. A point is somewhere in the xz plane. Where is xz plane here? This is what my xz plane. Look at this here.
Yeah. XZ plane.
This is x. This is z. In this plane, look at this. In this plane, my point is there. Look at this. In this plane. Imagine that. Imagine, guys. You have a clear.
0, 0, 0.
Why 0, 0, 0? What is 0, 0?
Origin.
I'm asking. Look at this here. I'm asking only y coordinate here. How come 0, 0, 0?
Y coordinate is 0.
Yes, very good. Y coordinate is 0 here. All right. Y
Yeah.
coordinate is going to be 0. All right. So here.
I was saying that from the start, sir. X, 0, Z.
Yeah, this is x is z and x is z. Look at this here. Y axis is what? 0. Isn't it? It is passing to origin.
Yes, sir.
Y coordinate will be, of course, 0 in XYZ plane. It's
Yeah.
XZ plane. Hope it is clear.
Yeah. Yes, sir. When I said that, you didn't just. I was like, is it wrong or right? I was confused.
No. See, whatever, whether it's a wrong, right, whatever you have in your mind, you just feel free to tell. It's a very simple, very chotu, concept actually. Now, the first thing we are going to learn is distance formula. Look at it. Distance formula. Everyone knows. Even a 7th,
Yes, sir.
8th standard student will answer this
Yeah.
formula. What is distance formula here?
Yes, sir. Root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus my y2 minus y1 whole square.
This is for what? This is for 2D geometry.
Yeah, 2D geometry.
But 3D geometry is what? Look at it. This is for 2D geometry. That is the reason I'm writing only in XY.
Yes.
If I talk about 3D geometry, what happens here? I'll be including Z. That is the formula. That's it.
That's it. Yeah, sir. That's it. Simple.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're just adding z coordinate. That's it.
Yeah. So let me tell you one more simple thing here. All right. Distance formula. Now, before writing distance formula, let me ask you a couple of beautiful questions here, right? Yes. So equation of x comma y comma z, sorry, not x comma y comma, xy comma yz comma zx zx planes. All right. So now look at this here. Equation of xy plane, equation of yz plane, equation of zx plane is what? Any one of you think? What is the equation of xy plane? Just now I told. Look at the diagram.
Yeah, x2 minus x1 was.
No.
I mean, sorry.
Don't go for that. Look at it here. Think. Look at this here. Think it properly. What I am trying to say here is, imagine here. Look at the diagram. Imagine xy plane. What is xy plane? Equation of xy plane. Xy plane. Xy plane. Is z is equal to 0?
Yeah, z equal to 0.
This is an equation, isn't it?
That's an equation. Okay.
Isn't it? Yes, it is an equation. Why? Because any expression, if I'm equating any two expression, look at this 1 second. Children. Yeah. Where is that? Look at it. This is z is equal to 0. Yes, it is an equation. Any expression, if you are equating any two expressions, if you are equating, so that is an expression. So that is an equation. Okay. If you have equal symbol, that is an equation. Very simple. Okay. Equation is nothing but what? Equating two expressions. Now, what is the equation of yz plane? X is equal to 0.
Yeah, x equal to 0.
What is the zx plane? Y is
equal to 0.
Very simple. Whatever the coordinate is missing here, that will be that particular
that will be equal to 0
in the equation. All right. That's how you can remember. And look at this here. That's how you can remember and how we are doing that. Imagine from the diagram, you will understand. XY plane. What is XY plane? The equation. Of course, z will be 0 on that plane, isn't it? So that's how I can just relate the things over here. Hope it is clear, children. If you don't understand this, you will not understand anything further. I'm telling you, you will not understand. If you don't understand this basic stuff over here, you don't understand anything further I'm talking. Please try to understand this. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is what basically the equation of xy, yz, and zx plane. Now distance formula. Distance formula is what? Basically this is what distance formula. Here in 2D geometry, I used to talk about only these two. 3D means I'm including z axis, so we have to include z coordinates as well. Very simple. All right. Let us not discuss very deep. Proof of this everyone can derive actually. Proof, by drawing a triangle, taking a distance by using Pythagoras theorem. You can just draw that very simply. Actually, very simple. But no one is going to ask how you derived that. So that is not, in any one of the exam. In none of the exams, they are going to ask the proof of this. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is for the distance formula here. Now, so after this, what you have learned? Distance formula, and you have sectional formula. Sectional formula. Basically class 11th introduction to 3D geometry for CBSE students is this much. Sectional formula. All right. Sectional formula is what? Sectional formula. In sectional formula, I'll be having two things here: internal division and external division. What do you mean by internal division and external division? Internal division and external division. Internal means from inside. External means from outside. Very simple. Look at it. Let's say that for suppose you have P and Q 2 points and R is inside. Here, try to understand to me. R is a point which is dividing the line segment PQ in the ratio M is to N, M by N. Can I say like that? Let's say that here R is a point. Look at this, dividing PQ in the ratio of M is to N. So which means PR by RQ or QR. PR can be written as M and QR can be written as N. Isn't it? What I'm trying to say here, people, are you able to understand or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Here R is a point which is dividing PQ internally. Internally means from inside. From inside, it is breaking PQ actually. All right, I have a PQ beta. So one point is breaking. This is a half part and this is a half part in M and N ratio. So this is what M is, this part is equal to M, this part is equal to N. That's what I wrote here. Isn't it? Isn't it? Now look at
Yes,
this
sir.
here. For this, what can be the formula? What can be the formula? I have formulas for this. Look at this here. For suppose, if I consider my P as x1 comma y1 comma z1 and Q is what? x2 comma y2 comma z2, and I need to find the coordinates of R. I need to find out the coordinates of R from internal division. All right. What is the formula? Coordinates of R is equal to, look at this, very simple actually.
Yes, sir.
M
M1, M2. Yeah.
plus
Okay.
nx1 plus mx2 plus
It's just
nx1.
section formula, right, sir?
Sectional formula for
Okay.
internal division. Mx2 plus
Yeah,
nx2
we learned that in previous classes.
yes, m plus n. My2 plus ny1 divided by m plus
NY1. Yes, sir.
m
You know this
z2
one.
plus nz1 divided
This
by
is new. Yeah.
all right. So this thing you might have learned from straight lines.
Yes, sir. The Z1 is new.
Yeah, z1 is why, because we are talking about 3D here, right?
We're adding another coordinate. That's right.
Right. Another.
Axis. Yeah.
Hope it is clear, sir. I have
Yes,
a
sir.
doubt
Clear.
here. I have a doubt here. Why we are writing plus here? Why can't we write minus? Why we are adding here? Any one of you? You have a simple logic there. Very simple logic. Simple logic. Why we are adding that? See, many of you might be thinking that अरे internal division का formula क्या होता है? Internal division formula ఏంటిది అసలు? How should I remember? Plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. What about the plus or minus? What should I write there? Tell me. Yes, come on. Look at this. Guys, here, you must write plus here. But what is the reason behind that? Look at this here. Here, I need to find PQ, right? Look at this, PQ, right? How PQ can be written as? If I add PR plus RQ is equal to PQ.
Yes, sir. So you
I'm
have
adding
plus
here.
it.
When you add
Yeah. If
PR
you won't
plus,
get it unless you plus it.
yeah, PR plus RQ is equal to PQ, isn't it? That is the thing I
simple.
can say. Very simple. All right. So that is the reason, basically. Now you can just remember like that. All right. So this is what the formula for internal division. I'm not going very deep, guys. I'm just giving you the formulas. After this, we'll solve the questions. All right. After this, you can solve the questions. All right. I'll give the basic questions. Then we will go for the DCs and DRs of the particular topic. All right. External division, same thing. External division, how the diagram is going to be. Let's say that this is my P is Q is here and R is here. Look at this now. In the what was the previous diagram? R was in between. It was dividing internally. From inside, it is dividing. R is breaking PQ as in two parts. This is one part and this is one part. All right. But here, what's happening here? R is dividing from external, from outside. All right. PQ is a line segment here, and R is dividing that particular line segment from outside of that particular thing. All right. Getting my point? Yes. R is dividing from external, outside point. This is my PQ, beta. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? All right. This is PQ here. R is dividing from outside, not from internal here. This is internal. If R is here, that is internal. That is different case. But if I'm writing R here, that is external case. समझ में आ रहा है? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, I need what? There for PQ, what I have done? PR plus RQ I have done. All right. For PQ, what I need to do here? Let's say that this is my M. And let's say that this is my N. M is to N. It is dividing in the ratio of M is to N here. All right. PQ is a line segment which is getting divided by R in the ratio of M is to N externally. How should I read this diagram? How should I read this diagram? PQ is a line segment which is getting divided. PQ, or else you can say that R is dividing PQ line segment externally in the ratio of what? M is to N. All right. Now, in internal division, what I have done? In internal division, what I have done? For getting PQ segment, for getting PQ line segment, I have added PR plus RQ. All right. I have added. Then only I can get PQ, right? ఇప్పుడు దిస్ ప్లస్ దిస్ చేస్తేనే కదా నాకు మొత్తం వస్తుంది, అవునా కదా? ఎస్ఆర్ నో? ఎస్ఆర్ నో పీపుల్, ఆర్ యు హియర్?
Yes, sir.
Now look at this here. Now here I need PQ. For getting PQ, what I have to do? PR minus QR is equal to PQ.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yes, sir. Yeah, exactly.
Look at it. From this entire thing, if I just subtract, this, this pink color,
Yes,
I get this chotu part. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now look
Yes,
at
sir.
it. Now I'm subtracting this. So which means what
Audible,
I have?
right, sir?
Same formula as like as the old one, as like as the previous, same formula as like as the previous formula, but only the change in symbol. So mx2 minus nx1, what is the formula? mx2 nx1 divided by m minus n, comma my2 minus ny1 divided by m minus n, mz2 minus nz1 divided by m minus n. All right, getting my point, children?
Yes, sir.
Very
Yes,
simple. This is how you can. External division means what? For getting PQ coordinate, I need to subtract. That is the reason I'm subtracting here. అట్లా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవచ్చు మీరు. ఎక్స్టర్నల్ డివిజన్ అంటే అమ్మ ఎక్స్టర్నల్ అంటే మైనస్ ప్లస్ అట్లా బట్టి పట్టవద్దు ఇక్కడ. డోంట్ రిమెంబర్ ఎనీథింగ్ హియర్ ప్లీజ్ గైస్. అండర్స్టూడ్ హియర్? యోహన్ జీ, hello.
Clear.
Very simple, right? Yes. Here, sir, why you are writing m and n only here? Why you are writing m and n only here? Very simple, right? It could be anything. I'm taking some, ratio, m is to n
Yeah.
ratio.
Case 2 you can take.
Yes, anything you can say, no problem. Look at this. Now just let me talk about a simple question here. One second. So after this, let me talk about direction cosines actually. Then I'll give the question. Direction cosines. Simply I will call this as DCs. All right, DCs, not Deccan charges. DCs, direction cosines. All right. Yes. See, basically what happens here? So look at this. I'm taking x, y, z axis here. Look at this. This is my x axis. This is my y axis. This is my z axis. All right. If I look at this, I need to look at, I don't know. For suppose if I take a point here, I have a point here, which is kuch bhi le lo, x1, y1, z1. I have a point somewhere there. All right. I have some point P. Need not take one. I have some point P there. Getting my point? Everyone listen to me carefully. I have some point here. I don't know. Right. I have some point. I took some point here. Now, what is the distance? This is what? Oh, 1 minute, 1 second, children. Oh. I have some point here, P. Okay. Yes or no? Now, with x-axis. So what is this angle? Let me consider this as alpha. All right. Let me consider that as alpha. And people look at this here, just forgot about that. Miru anta marchipodi ikkada. Look at this. You just forgot about everything. You just talk about only this angle. Look at this. Talk about only this blue color. Talking about this dotted line and this x-axis, which is making alpha. People, are you getting my point or not? Tell me. Hello.
Yes, sir.
I'm considering.
Yes, sir.
Now just forget about this dotted line and this x-axis. Forget about x-axis now and just consider only y-axis and this dotted line. Let us consider this as beta. Ardhamautuda? Yes or no? Y-axis and the dotted line. That is making beta angle. Let's consider that. Not forget about everything. Just target only what? Z-axis and dotted lines. This is, I'm just taking it was some gamma. Getting my point? Johan, are you able to understand here?
Yes, sir.
This is what is this? This is my origin. All right. Now here, what is alpha, beta, gamma here? These are what? Direction angles. I would call this as what? Direction angles. All right. Here, what is alpha here? What is alpha here? Tell me.
Alpha POX.
Angle OP makes with x-axis. What is beta here? Angle OP makes with the y-axis. All right. What is gamma here? Angle OP makes with the z-axis. Isn't it clear till this?
Yes, sir.
Now, asal direction cosines means what? Asal, how should I define that? Look at this. Basically, if you write, if any lines makes alpha, beta, gamma with positive direction. What is that? Positive direction. Look at this, positive direction. Positive direction. Hope it is clear. Are you guys able to imagine here what I'm trying to define? What I'm trying to define here? Positive direction of what? X, y, z axis. Then cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are called the direction cosines. This is, I am writing in the short way direction cosines. Sir, why should we consider cos only? Why can't we consider tan? Why can't we consider sine here? What is the reason behind considering only cos? Tell me. Look at this here. Beta, look at this. If you, I have a point here, right? If I take this line, look at this. Look at this. If I take this, what would you get here? What angle would you get? Cos alpha is what here? This is my x-axis, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Cos alpha. OX by OP. OX by OP.
OX. So which is x here? By?
Yeah.
What is this?
OP.
OP is what? OP is what? Look at here. Some, if I make some circle here. OP is radius, radius of the circle. Yes or no?
Hello.
Yohan, are you able to imagine here? It's a very big concept actually. Yes or no? OP is what here? OP is R.
Am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Ritvik. X by R. Cos alpha is what? X by R. What is cos beta now? Similarly, you just just tilt the diagram and just look at that. Tilt the diagram and just imagine that. How can we get that? Similarly, we'll get, look at this, cos only I'm getting right. For cos only I'm getting right. Cos, I'm getting an angle over there of cos. I'm getting a trigonometric function called cos over there. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now look at this here. So need not to go that much deep actually. Need not to worry. Actually, just direction question means we'll be always taking cos here. That is what our mathematician found. So let us have a look at that. So how we got that? I just told you cos alpha ela vastadi, cos beta ela vastadi. Just now I told you, right? So now this guys here, cos alpha, this represented with what? Represented with what? These guys represented with what? L comma M comma N. Yeah. All right, L comma M by N. Now basically now this is what the basic concept of cosine direction cosines. Basically, you have a formula here. If L comma N comma, then cos alpha, I cannot write every time cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. All right, instead of writing cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma, you always write L comma N comma N, which means what? What you need to understand from that? They are direction cosines. They are what? Direction cosines. So now here, so our mathematician, what they have done is, like, if you have L comma N comma R, DCs are DCs. DCs means what? Direction cosines of whom? Not yours, not mine, of a line. Right? Direction cosines of a line. Then you have a result called L square. Sum of the squares of all these supposed to be equal to 1. Remember this. So all the more you memorize, the more the quick you solve. All right, the more you memorize, the quick answer you get in examination. Yeah, and no one is going to ask you how you have derived that. There is no point of just going further and you're wasting our time. Yes, if you have a special interest, we will take all separate class for proving all that stuff. So I'm sure sum of squares of all direction cosines which will be equal to 1 here. Clear? Getting my point here? Getting my point? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
let me give a simple question. Let me give a simple question based upon, if I give a question on, sectional formula, distance formula, you will solve like, like anything. But if I talk about direction cosines and direction ratios, they are new to you guys, right? They are something new for you, right? So for that, what I'm trying to do here is, look at this. Let me give a question here. Find the DCs of the line segment joining origin try to origin with 2 comma minus 3 comma 6 with 2 comma minus 3 comma 6. Yes, children understood. Now what is the direction cosines of this line segment? See, basically these are the coordinates he has given. He is asking us to find direction cosines of this line segment joining, which is joining origin. Find the direction cosines of the line segment joining origin with this one. So basically you have to find first what? Magnitude. Asal magnitude means what? Magnitude is nothing but, guys, look at this here. It is a kind of, look at this here. I have this one, right? This one. This idundi kada. It is magnitude. Radius. I just denote with R. So that will be what? Sum of squares of all these people. That is what my magnitude. What would I get here? 4 plus 9 plus 36. What would I get here? Square root of 49, which gives me 7. All right. Which gives me negative. Sir, can I write? I can write plus or minus 7, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Plus or minus 7.
But why can't you write minus 7 there? Radius can't be negative, beta, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So plus 7, I would consider. So now what is your DCs? Therefore, DCs. What the DCs are? DCs are simply, right?
2 by 7.
2 by
3
7
minus 3 by
minus
7.
3 by 7, comma 6 by 7. These are the answers. Is it a big question to you all? Very simple question. Very simple question. Very, very simple question. Isn't it, guys? Make it fast. Make it fast. Make it fast. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is what the DC is actually. But now let me give a simple idea of DRs as well. Direction ratios. Any doubts, Johan, here?
No doubt, sir.
Now you got an idea, right? What is direction cosine? Now you just go for your formulas, which your lecturer has given to you. You will understand now. All right.
Yes,
Now
sir.
look, if I talk about three numbers, let's say A, comma B, comma C are said to be DRs, which mean direction ratios of a line if A is to B is to C is equal to L is to M is to N. where L comma M comma N are what? Are what? Are what? Tell me. DCs
DCs.
of the particular line. I'm writing somewhat roughly, guys. Hope it is clear with everyone. Are you guys able to understand my handwriting here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, these are DCs of that particular line. So this is what the, and guys, let me write no direction DRs are any non-zero multiples of DCs of a line. DRs are what? Any non-zero. Direction ratios are any non-zero multiples of DCs of a line. Non-zero multiple, it should be non-zero multiple. Let's see what I'm trying to say here. So for suppose, look at this here. Let us write DRs are very helpful in calculation instead of DCs, as DCs mostly have an irrational denominator. Irrational denominator. So what I'm trying to say here, let us have a look at by taking an example so that you guys will understand clearly. Denominator. Okay, so let us talk about an example. If we talk about an example, look at this here. Guys, are you able to understand what I'm writing? My, that monkey handwriting. So with this pen tablet, I could write like this only.
No, sir, it's good. It's fine.
Okay, so look at this now. For suppose I have vector like this 2I cap plus, I'm teaching you like you should have known all this, right? So no problem, is a vector. Let us say that is a vector. I'm giving you this is a vector actually. Okay, so don't ask me what is vector now. I'll teach you what is vector when I start the topic. Okay, no problem. Look at what are the DRs here. DRs in Japanese. DRs. DR straight away. Look at this. Whatever the coefficients have. Look at this. Whatever the numbers have here. 2, 2, 3 are my DRs. Very simple. Now, if I talk about DCs, what is my DC here? DC silent vector. Look at this here. First, what I have to do? Find the magnitude of this. What is the magnitude? 4 plus 9, which gives me how much?
17.
Sorry, I wrote 1 second.
17, sir.
17?
Yeah.
4 plus 9.
Root 17. That's what I meant.
Right.
Sorry.
What are the DCs now? DCs were 2 by root 17.
Yeah.
2 by root 17.
3 by root 17.
3 by root 17. These are my DCs. So DRs are what? These are the numbers. DRs. Okay. DC is what? First magnitude divide individually by that magnitude. That is my DCs.
DR is just the coefficients of the
coefficient
variables, sir. Yeah.
Look, yes. Look at this here. DRs are what? Any non-zero multiples of DCs of a line. Any non-zero multiples of DCs of a line. Look at this. Non-zero multiples. Should be non-zero multiple. And DRs are very helpful in calculation instead of DCs, as DCs mostly have an irrational number. Like look at this, how easily I can write DRs here. Look at this. Simple numbers. But DCs, look at the DCs here. I have irrational denominator. So instead of DCs, DRs are very helpful in calculation. That is what the meaning of that notation. All right. Getting my point, children, here? Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Today
Yes,
we have,
sir.
gone for like, most of the, theory part. Johan, I hope I just somewhat I just cleared your doubt by explaining DCs and DRs. So still you have so many things to learn from 3D. This is very introduction thing. Okay. So once we start solving the problems, then you can understand very deeply. All right. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah, please you go through that. And yeah, I would like to ask a question here. Tomorrow, when could we have a class? Can we have a class in the morning?
Yes, sir.
Morning in the sense like probably somewhere like 11 to 11 or 11 to 12 or 11:30 to 12:30 I'll post. But morning only we'll finish it
So
up.
I
11
think there's
we have
already a
chemistry.
class in 11.
Is it so?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, chemistry class, I guess.
Oh my God.
So 9:30 to 10:30.
No, 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 it's not possible for me. So till 11 o'clock, I will not be available. After 11 o'clock, you can 12 to
So
1.
3 to 4.
3 to 4 we can think of.
Anytime after 12, okay for me, sir.
Yeah, I'll just post the timings in the class group. No problem. All right. So yes, and guys, those who have exam on Monday, please prepare well for that. All right. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
And you have an exam tomorrow. You have an exam tomorrow on relations and functions. So weekend test. Please try to attempt that. You'll be having some 15 questions. So make sure that you guys are attempting that. I don't see many of you are attempting. Please try attempting that quiz. Tomorrow you have online test, mock test on WhatsApp. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir,
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Johan.
What are the topics included for the test, sir?
Tomorrow, that is what relations and functions. Whatever we have discussed earlier, all JE questions I have included. Please try that. Okay, try. No problem. Even you get 1 or 2 marks, no problem. I don't mind. But trying that questions, trying those questions are very important. Trying those questions is very important, and just getting into that, understanding that at least you are trying to attempt that is very important. That's what I would like to. I'm not expecting that you should get always 100%, always 100%. Yeah, you can make a mistake here, no problem. From that mistakes you have to learn out of it and just rectify your mistake. Make sure that you guys are rectifying that and just learning out of it. All right, that is what I would like to make sure with you all. All right, clear?
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Thank you. And tomorrow's test will start at 10 o'clock. Make sure that you start, finish.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, finish the exam as soon as possible. And test winds up at 7
10
o'clock.
p.m.
So 10 p.m. Sorry, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. All right, but everyone should write the test. Even you get 10 marks, I don't consider. Don't bother. Please try attempt that. Learn from that. Marks are not important here. Learning is very important. All right. So learning is very important. Whatever you are learning, that makes you perfect. All right. Thank you. Have a nice day. Goodbye. Good night.
Thank you. Bye,
Thank
guys.
you, sir.
Have a nice day.